early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dillon, I don't give a what you think about a co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just gotta toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the people's podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Right.
Live from
Somewhere.
it's
Dillon.
Good whatever to you, whenever you are watching this episode of Cohost Auditions. And I have got a third mic in a little puppy doggy today. Hopefully he isn't spouting up too much. I am your co-host, Dillon. This is my self-taped audition to be the second mic for someone who is more established than me, who has them sweet, sweet super chats and memberships coming in. Today, it's Nikki Carreon. It's kind of a follow-up. My third mic would like Alf. This is kind of a follow-up to our pheromone maxing episode where Nikki is taking a look at Looksmaxxing. So where we had a disgusting fellow who was taking his smell to the next level, we have dudes who are taking their face to the next level. I believe this is specifically on the face, as Nikki will let us know about here as I bring her up. And today I'm wearing the same color shirt as her hair is. Actually, I guess I do have a more bright green dealing into yellow type. Her thumbnail for this video looked to be matching this shirt. I should have put on my green that's more of a yellow to match Nikki's hair style here. And go ahead and take it away, Nikki. Ooh, I've heard a few things about that. Incels.me went down the rabbit hole of Yandere Dev recently. He is a proud member of Incels.me. Oh, my bad. Audio should be in there now.
.net
thank
and
you, honk clown.
/team.edu. Me when I lie. Okay, the first two were real. Sip by
Didn't really miss too much there, other than just pure silence. So swing and a miss. Already messing it up there on the audio of Miss Nikki Carreon there.
to say though, this word has roots in misogyny. Surprise, surprise. The more prominent subgenres of Looksmaxxing that I see on TikTok.
1 year in, and I am still an amateur as hell at the sound. So I can be a producer for you in getting clips, Nikki, but being a producer in the sound thing, I am on the short bus there.
TikTok are softmaxing, which is kind of an umbrella term for the soft-core things you can do to improve your appearance without being too extreme. Think getting a haircut or washing your face. But then there's hard maxing. This mainly applies to expensive and invasive procedures, like plastic surgery. Although there are
Yay. Actually, I do remember this from some background actors when I was a prospector in 1890s Alaska. And they got some good looking old prospectors for the first several weeks. But as that production kept on going, they needed to just get anyone. And boy, those Zoomers and their well manicured eyebrows and beards, just to such an extent that when they came in, makeup was like, "You're a prospector? No. You can be a patron. You can be someone hanging out at the brothel. You, sir, with your fantastically manicured eyebrows, cannot be a prospector. You can fuck right off on that."
Many other subgenres, including but not limited to health maxing, social maxing, personality maxing, mentality maxing, money maxing, and edge maxing, where Lookmaxxing is something that I find very interesting. As somebody who has a variety pack of mental health issues, including body
Ooh, let's see how well you match up with me. And that is, I believe, why I find her so attractive, is that she is just absolutely broadcasting her mental unwellness out there, as do many ladies with that weird, vivid hair color. Power midget. That's one that I'm thinking of. That when people are like, oh, her and her tattoos and her hair, she's like, this is like a public warning of a craziness.
interesting.
So,
As somebody who has a variety pack of
bipolar, is that bipolar 2? I can get down with a lady with bipolar 2. Bipolar 1 is no bueno. Ugly. You do have a unique look. I'm guessing some people don't like it, but I like it a lot. In fact, I was just a little bit too late to get the Tex Avery Wolf. I enjoy your look. So anxiety, BDDSM. Shit, I don't know what that one is. Italian. Oh, fans of Rocco Burro of El Horrible knows about that. They know what the Italians that does belong in there, according to our buddy Tukey. ADHD. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. But so far, if that's bipolar 2, I'm in. If it's bipolar 1, I'm not completely out.
Of mental health issues, including body dysmorphia. This community is the last place I would ever go to actually improve my life, but I've chosen to pretend that I'm at an aquarium and all of the Looksmaxxers are just in a tank, beautiful and unable to actually hurt me. Wow, so pretty. Oh, wild Giga Chad. Oh, wild Mugwort. Most Lookmaxxers that I see on TikTok are young men, but that's not to say that there's not a large community of women that are into it.
Thank you, Sam Bibley. You have been a great researcher. Body dysmorphic disorder. I actually had a roommate who had that, who just kept going to the gym more and more. And I think it was because he had just a touch of the thalidomide baby. His arms were a little shorter than most people, and he wanted to make up for that by being very buff. He also got tattoos at a very young age and was the inverse of me, who likes a lady with tattoos. He was a self-hating tattooist, and I can see how people might how you can throw yourself in the ugly, but no, I am going all Tex Avery Wolf. I like your unique look, and you have some lips that some women would absolutely kill for and really mess up their face with the collagen injections.
To it as well. I mean, this one girl-centric Lookmaxxing subreddit alone has over 40,000 members. Holy crap, that's a lot of Mitski fans.
r/how to be hot. We may need to stumble down that road on how to be hot. And oh yes, Sam Bibley, before I forget, you wanted to be a guest on Chatting With. Hit up my email, dillonfromsomewhere@gmail.com, and we can get that going.
Fans. Today I want to focus on the dudes though, because I feel like femcells might need an entirely different video of their own. One could even argue that
femcells, you make that video, I will be back, Nikki.
women have always been looksmaxxing, because the majority of what men are doing under the looksmaxxing tag is literally just cleaning themselves. Like, is this not just basic hygiene?
When you do it as daintily as that, it's gay.
I theorize that a lot of these guys are feeling the need to repackage a skincare routine as looksmaxxing because toxic masculinity has made them think that doing so otherwise would make them gay. That's entirely hypothetical, though. In fact,
Looking good is gay. That is a very 1990s type of thing. You go back to the 1700s when the guys, they really dressed up nicely and they put on their high heels. And Luigi Greenberg, I do believe some dirty turbans would be looksmaxxing. Some people think that is no bueno. And also thank you for being on deck for tomorrow's St. Cloud Moron show. Spurg Snakes 144p. He had to call in slow. I tried to call in slow to work as well. I got hit with a rock and now I'm half a tard.
in fact, the
Half a bundle of sticks, half a tard, half a crazy. I'm going to be a full-on something one of these days.
source came to me in a dream.
Does YouTube hate that word too? Are they aware of when I take the re off that word, that's one of their no-no words?
Washing your face is gay. Who said that? But hey, skincare is awesome.
All right, I like your sense of humor there. Point for Nikki Carreon. There are several points where I actually legit do want to be your second mic, unlike some people who this just breaks down into talking around them and goofing on them.
And I love to see dudes enjoying it. I wholeheartedly love it when people do something that makes them feel more confident, when it's the healthy amount. But unfortunately, just a little bit beneath the tip of the looksmaxxing
Sounds like that sound drop that we all love from the Hack Ride channel. Honk.
iceberg lies many videos that serve as tutorials to fix things about yourself that you quite literally cannot change. For example, how to fix big ear.
Oh, we saw that on the obscure movie Say It Isn't So. When Heather Graham was cutting Chris Klein's hair, she showed how to fix big ears. I'm turning more into Aaron Emholt every day, the way Shuli is turning more into Stuttering John with every Uncle Rico episode. We are just driving right into the thing that we are goofing on, saying we are not. Underrated Farrelly Brothers movie, Say It Isn't So, but it's no Kingpin. To me, Kingpin is the pinnacle of Farrelly Brothers movies. Is that a successful failure? I'm not sure how that did at the box office. It was definitely a hit in my house on VHS.
Yeah, you don't want to have big ears like Will Smith, right? Because he has really big ears. Don't look him up. Try to use headphones every single time so it will flatten your ear as time goes. Does this work even if I don't have a PS4 in my bathroom? Because if it does, I'm gonna have to make some arrangements. I already have my fart zone sign in there and Ryan Gosling.
You are a lady after my heart, Nikki Carreon.
And they do not like change. No, but this is like saying wearing socks will make your feet smaller. So these will make my feet smaller, right? Yes. You're shaking your head. Try to wear them every single time. So it'll flatten.
So if I want to have big old clown feet, do I hit them with a hammer over and over again? I need to know the opposite of foot binding so I can fit into those giant shoes and give the perception that I have a big wang instead of the average-ish, little over. I don't know. It depends who you ask. It depends the size of the vagina. Wow, you're big. You are perfectly fine. And yep, I have come across some size queens who are like, nope. Doesn't do it. The whole spectrum of ladies calling my wiener size, the different aspects.
As time goes on. Okay, but what if I'm too short? Then what do I do? It's not like I could
Then you become a rapper.
just wear big shoes all the time or something. Oh,
Lifts, of course. You do lifts just like the little person actor in Seinfeld.
Do you think she'll notice?
I think it's really funny that men complain about women wearing makeup because that's lying, but wearing stilettos to catfish your height is okay. Which, for the record, I think you totally do not need to do. As you already know, many of us would still love our partners even if they were a worm. And last I checked, worms are pretty short. Oh my.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot.
You get those 6-foot ladies, there are few that are even open to dating a guy who is 5'10" and below. And I am definitely part of the below. Actually, I did have a date just recently with a lady who was 5'10". We fell on the wrong spectrum of weird for each other. So she was weird, I was weird, but completely opposite ends of the weird. And what is that buzzing?
Hot mouth.
Looksmaxxers are also very particular about eyes. Specifically, what shape are they? And do they have a negative canthal tilt or a positive canthal tilt? A canthal tilt is basically the position of the outer point of your eye. It could be slanted up, down, or just neutral. I honestly don't think any human being even needs to know what a canthal tilt is, because why? But Looksmaxxers are convinced that you need to have a positive canthal tilt, aka hunter eyes, in order to be attracted.
That buzzing was puppy. You, sir, have lost your floor privileges. Look, Nikki Carreon, I've got a little puppy. I'm a doggy uncle here. It's my roommate's, so he can't come with. All right, let me back up a little bit while she's talking about this, because somebody was making a buzzing sound. You asshole.
To have a positive canthal tilt, aka hunter eyes, in order to be attractive, because otherwise you have prey eyes.
You look more fierce. Unlike prey eyes where your eyebrows are up, you look kind of surprised and scared, like you are running away from the predator or the hunter, right?
And so what if I do have prey eyes?
I do enjoy a lady with some hunter eyes. I think you have more of the hunter eyes. You look like someone who would keep me in a cage all day. Another
Have
point.
you ever seen animals that get eaten before? Rabbit, cute. Sheep, cute. Whatever this thing is, cute. And do ponder me this. How am I supposed to take hunter eyes seriously when the damn deer is jerking off in this video?
Away from the predator or the hunter, right?
But in their efforts to achieve
Deer blowjob.
this look, they've created numerous tutorials on how to get hunter eyes. This isn't The Sims. You can't just get a new eye shape.
I don't even know what the fuck you're doing there. You're not changing what your eyes do. I mean, you can, if you got enough of a rubbery face, you can do different things with your eyes to make them do different things. But it looks like he's actually trying to mold his face like it's clay there. Lower your eyebrows. Okay, lowering eyebrows.
What is a squint max? You guys need to.
I don't know. Just looks like I'm out in the sun with this squint maxing.
Stop fart maxing around and start farm maxing. We need some chickens and some cows. This castle is not going to sustain itself.
Hopefully we'll get further into this where we figure out how to get Betty Davis eyes. That is what I'm into. Hungry eyes is what Star Chunksta is looking for. And Jake Hudson with an update in the Dabbleverse news. I did not know that, sir.
These TikToks honestly remind me of when I was 12 years old and I would watch hypnosis videos on how to grow your boobs bigger. Little did I know I was wasting valuable time worrying about my...
You have little cat sneezes too. I don't know if my little cat sneezes have made it to air. I would think with this many episodes in, you would have heard my cat sneezes by now, but I might have hit the mute button so you didn't as that.
Boobs that I could have...
But I do have funny sounding sneezes. I shouldn't hit the cough button if that happens.
have spent reblogging. I could have reblogged harder. But lastly, the most coveted facial feature that you could possess in the eyes of a Looksmaxxer is a well-defined chin. Because if you don't
That's what I was going to guess. You have that Donna Martin chin, you will attract all the ladies.
have one of these, you're screwed, and you better start mewing right now. Mewing is the technique of flattening out your tongue on the roof of your mouth. And over time, this is supposed to
Oh, I've got a beard, so I guess it's not going to... Oh, this is over time. This isn't temporarily that it's going to work. It's one of those... There was a guy... I think it was, who are these podcasts where this guy was pulling on his pecker trying to get his foreskin to grow back. So there are all these type of people who, if you do this physical act, you can get your body to alter.
realign your teeth and define your jawline. And when I tell you this is sacred in the Looksmaxxing community, I mean it. Like, do not question this. If you question mewing, you are basically doing the equivalent of standing in front of a crowd of Nicki Minaj fans and saying Bigfoot wasn't good. There are countless videos.
That's actually off my radar. I haven't been a pop music aficionado in a while. Bigfoot, of course, very elusive. I'm going to stop
Showing
there.
you
But I had a Bigfoot joke. If I took any more of a swing, Duke Phillips would come in and admonish me for
how
a
you
bob.
can change the shape of your jaw by using this technique. And also countless TikToks, of course, explaining why this is the correct jaw to have and why you need it to be attractive. There is literally an entire economy in place for Looksmaxxing. Products, apps, and even Looksmaxxing influencers, which I have a lot to say about that.
Of course, that's the whole point of beauty magazines. And now they're coming after the men. You had a whole century of preying on the ladies, and now to prey on the Zoomers and younger millennials who are susceptible to not being good looking enough.
That. We'll get to that in a second, though. But with thousands of people claiming that mewing is the key to having a defined jaw and that this technique has changed their life, the million-dollar question is, does any of this work? To properly answer this question, we need to both look at the origins of Looksmaxxing and mewing. And believe me when I tell you that this lore that I'm about to...
Does head booping come up at all? Because when I hear mewing, I also think of head booping with a kitty cat.
drop on you goes crazy. You must buckle up, my friends. So, as I mentioned earlier, Looksmaxxing...
Oh, is Rob Saul another reason to just cringe at that fellow that he wears guy liner? Ugh.
originated on incel forums, and incels have a foundational misogynistic belief called hypergamy. I'm probably saying that wrong. I don't give a shit.
That sounds like being a whore. Monogamy, being with one. Polyamory, multiple partners. Hypergamy sounds like a glory hole gangbang orgy type of situation.
But hypergamy is basically the idea that men marry or date down in terms of attractiveness, while women only marry or date up in terms of attractiveness. Because of this, in their eyes, they're unable to get a partner because they can't get a leg up in the hypergamy system as unattractive people. And how they determine whether or not they're
Okay, see Bubba the Love Sponge. For someone who is ugly, is kind of a dick, but is charismatic enough to pull Heather Clem at the time when I was watching him and listening to him on Sirius Radio. And she was better looking than Brent Hatley's wife. Brent Hatley does have the dream of fucking his wife and getting paid to do it by her fans. As kind of Florida trash as she looks, making a living off of it.
ugly.
It's a living.
is by using something called the PSL rating system. PSL stands for PUA hate, or pickup artist hate, slut hate, and lookism.
Oh, pickup artist hate. It's been a while since we stumbled upon a pickup artist, and we have not come across a single dating expert who actually has good dating advice yet. They are some of my favorites.
Which are 3 popular incel forums with an overlapping user base. This attractiveness scale takes all of your facial features into account and analyzes them to a crazy degree, but the 2 most important features to have here are that positive canthal tilt that we mentioned earlier and the refined jawline. And that's where mewing enters this equation. In the 1970s,
and if you got big dick, you got that energy to go along with it. I guess I should have said a big dick. There's a certain energy that helps in that. And yeah, it is unfortunate that some people have micro-peen energy.
70s, a British orthodontist named John Mew became obsessed with facial aesthetics and invented something called orthotropics, which is a form of oral posture training created for children. And using correct tongue posturing and a device that he invented called
Sam Kinison taught me about proper tongue posturing. Lick the alphabet is what he said. And you're not going anywhere, puppy.
the BioBlock. Together, this was supposed to make a child's face develop properly. And this is something really important to this guy because
kind of reminding me of 1920s Hollywood as well, where everyone in charge, if you weren't a white lady, you would have to get very experimental, massive surgery. Oh, I can't remember the exact starlet who was a very attractive Latina woman who had to go and change her face to be a white woman so the producers would hire her, because sometimes the people in charge are like, you must look this exact way.
Because in his own words, beauty is not in the eye of the beholder.
Come on. I'm the only one who likes Skittles around here from TikTok around the clock. It is absolutely in the eye of the beholder. She has gotten a pass universally in my chat. And the way that Nikki here describes herself as ugly, beauty, eye of the beholder. I'm sure there are some people who don't find your unique look to be quite attractive, but I do.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's false. That is not true.
Beauty is subjective, and most of our faces are severely deformed.
Most people are severely deformed.
Because we're all meant to have the same type of face.
Cows all look the same. Sheep all look the same.
John Mew wants everyone to have the same face. I saw this episode of The Twilight Zone, and the guy did not like it when everyone just turned out exactly as he wished to be the same.
Humans should all look the same.
Orthotropics operates completely outside.
John Mew kind of sounds a little drunk there as he's talking about this fucking face. It doesn't have the proper look to it.
Humans should all look the same.
Orthotropics.
You should all look the same. If your facial contours do not fit in this exact way, fucking ugly.
Operates completely outside the realm of normal traditional orthodontics because John believes that braces don't actually make the face more aesthetically pleasing. And in fact, braces are ruining our faces. All of this is made to be even more weird.
And then there are some people who would say, keep the braces on even after your teeth are fixed because they are attracted to those.
Weird and interesting when you learn that John Mew's BioBlocks were literally designed to hurt a child if they relax their jaw.
In orthotropics, we have appliances that have a penalty nature to them.
Like, these things were genuinely cruel. And in interviews with some...
Keep your face where it's pretty, otherwise it'll pinch you. That actually reminds me of Catherine O'Hara in Not a Mighty Wind, For Your Consideration, where her character got a facelift. And actually, it was just Catherine O'Hara doing something weird with her face. And there are ugly people who score good-looking ladies. Like Ronnie Mund, there was an Are You Attractive app. I recall that. And he got the lowest score humanly possible. But if you're into pegging, then a lady into pegging will come along, and I'm sure Ronnie's pile of money had something to do with that as well.
Some of his ex-patients, they actually genuinely seem traumatized from this.
The experience I had, it was quite brutal.
And because of his super controversial methods, he spent most of his life being criticized by orthodontists and surgeons all over the world because, as we'll get into, there is no actual proof.
But that mouth guard that hurt you, pinched you when you relaxed your face, it was an upgrade from the shock stick that he initially had. So, progress.
Proof that any of this works, but let's keep going. John Mew is the father of 3 kids, and when they were...
And that's their faces? Those are the faces of perfection? I didn't know about that, sir.
Born, he immediately began doing orthotropic experiments on them. He used different variants of his BioBlock. He tried feeding one of his kids just soft food, one of his kids just hard food. And this literally sounds so insane, but in the documentary Open Wide,
so some of the kids got wet food, some of the kids got dry food in this experiment to see which kid turned... Oh, okay. So all 3 of them. He had one that he was trying one thing on, another he was trying another thing on. That's why you need 3 kids, because the one is the control that gets all the regular things that regular kids get, and trying to figure out how to make my kids hot. That is a slippery slope to go down, really desiring to have hot children.
He openly admits that he did this, and that some people might even consider it child abuse.
I experimented on my children, and it worked. I'm sure I should be put in prison for that.
But basically,
even he is admitting it. When you experiment on your children, that's kind of illegal. I guess the statute of limitations have run out on that one, as you're now on camera talking about how you guinea pigged all 3 of those children. And there was one in particular, I'm guessing that he is unhappy with. Of those 3 kids, there was one with the facial structure that it's like, oh, you were the one that he wrote down in the notes, don't do this with grandkids.
To get to the nitty-gritty, John considers his first child a failure of his because he...
Okay, this was the face failure. I was thinking the other boy was more of a facial failure. So we will see what he thinks of the other weird-looking child. There is a certain Kevorkian aspect both to his looks and his experimenting on people, A. Smith.
He never developed a good face.
It wasn't effective, and as a result, I've never had good facial development.
He also initially deformed his daughter's face using his BioBlocks before having to go in and...
Oh, that's what's wrong with her face. So he did accidentally deformed it before trying to work backwards and make it a human face again.
Correct it. But really, the most important person to this story and John Mew's successful child is Mike Mew, because Mike Mew...
Okay, so that is a successful face. That picture is much better than what we saw him in the video sitting down there. So maybe it's just certain angles and certain light, as it is with a lot of people. I ran into Rob Lowe as a background actor, and nowhere near as dreamy in person. Has to do with the lighting and the camera that gets Rob Lowe so dreamy.
Has that jawline that John always wanted. Anyways, Mike went on to become an orthodontist and specialize in orthotropics himself. And for many years was struggling with the same exact opposition that his dad faced.
Her board there kind of reminds me of Charlie Day's board when he was in the mailroom and trying to unravel the mystery.
Which was scientists, doctors, and surgeons.
Hey, Silva.
All going, hey guys,
Pepe Silva board
kind of
looks.
Hey, you know, this is kind of not real. But they were like, no, listen, no, listen. And so they kept going, and by a twist of fate, 1 year,
he met the Hardy Boys.
in 2012, Mike Mew receives an email What does it say? It says, hey, we really like that orthotropic stuff that you do. Can you come speak at our convention? Mike Mew, allegedly, does not look into what this convention is, but says,
oh boy, did you go to a pedo convention where they applauded you for what you were doing, Mr. Mew?
yes. And so he shows
People just want to hear me talk. I'm in. Let's go. All right, big reveal. He does not look into what this convention is where they are holding him up. What do we have, Nikki?
Up to do his orthotropic speech, and only then does he realize that he's at the 21 convention, which is a manosphere convention. I'm talking red pill, I'm talking alpha male, I'm talking pick up artist pilled. All of the bad things at this.
Oh, a pickup artist convention. That actually sounds like something fun to go and point your finger at.
Convention. But once he does this, it goes quiet for 2 years. And then in 2014, the speech that he did ends up getting posted on Slut Hate. And it was there that a large crowd of
I am a slut lover. They are very good at what they do. The honest whores, that's what you call the polyamory, or the working girls. Go out to Pahrump, Nevada, and get yourself, and that's actually started popping up in my TikTok algorithm. The Pahrump Jupiter or something is promoting her at Sherry's Lodge out in Pahrump. You cannot get a working girl in Las Vegas. That's illegal. You can pay an escort for her time, and it is up to her what she does if sex is included. Don't chew on shit again, puppy. But there's your little hooker tips for Nevada.
Out of incels finally discovered orthotropics. And of course, these dudes wanted to try these facial posture techniques for themselves because, as I mentioned, that
This is indeed going off in a lot of different directions, Luigi Greenberg. I wasn't expecting quite this amount of video essaying. I do have to give her a higher grade than Tara Mooney.
SL rating system largely depends on the job.
But yeah, your point is getting kind of muddled with this deep research that you're getting into.
Line that you have. And so the incels rebranded orthotropics as mewing and started calling Mike Mew their god.
And here I thought Jason Mewes was behind it and that everyone was going to go get meth mouth to get that look of Jason Mewes nowadays.
All this hubbub amongst these forums ended up getting Mike's attention. And so he posted a Q&A to YouTube replying to these people's comments. And he fully accepted and acknowledged this new audience that he found.
Oh boy, somebody likes me. I am open arms to this community who likes me. Oh, you just needed a friend after your dad did all types of unspeakable experiments on you and your siblings. I'm really enjoying these bullet points. Incel executioner. Beta gay face. So you want to stay away from beta gay face. You hear that, Zoomers? You're taking your Looksmaxxing too far and giving yourself a beta gay face. Cushmaster. So is that the Jason Mewes type? Because that's more weed related than meth related. Yul Brynner? Robust Sensei and Yul Brynner? Now, that is a name I have not heard in quite a while. Is Yul Brynner someone who we aspire to be or who we don't want to be?
Who finally were taking mewing seriously. Also, worth mentioning, this same year,
that did look of the quality of the Pelican Brief of Howard Stern's presentation. I don't believe the part 2 ever came out of that, but oh boy, what a bunch of douche chills. A lot of people, I'm sure, have happened upon that of 2012, 13, where Howard was like, new directives. We are looking to suck the balls and assholes of celebrities. I know that I've told you, staff members, not to bother celebrities. Now go bother celebrities. That's what will get them on the show.
year 2014, a former user of slut hate killed 6 people in an attempt to start a war on women. I'm not really going to talk more about that, but just had to mention it to let you know just kind of how much misogyny goes on here. Like, it's not just your average everyday, you know, like get in the kitchen. Like, it's like
This really went down a path I was not expecting. I thought we were going to point and laugh at people who are tugging on their face in different areas, which you started to get into, but you went down a road I was not expecting of pointing and laughing at these folks who are obsessed with their face. Your research is quite unique there, Nikki.
it goes deeper than that. I also think this is really important to mention because Mike just kind of ignored all of this or agrees with it, maybe. I'm not sure why he fully associates himself with them. It's kind of interesting, to say the least. So 3 years later, in 2017, his father, John Mew, actually loses his dental license. The General Dental Council was like,
The man who does weird experiments, you know that unsuspecting people coming into his dental office were getting the perfect face without wanting the perfect face.
oh, can I get that back? They literally said, you have been accused of misconduct a couple of times, and you are purposefully maligning the practice of what actually works, which is general orthodontics. And as if he wasn't already shady enough, get ready for your nuts to explode, because this next thing...
Oh, I already took care of that once today, Nikki. Thank you for offering again. You're going to have to do something really special to get that second nut explosion this early into the day, so soon after the first one. But I have confidence in you.
Blows this case wide open, baby. In 2020, a journalist named William Brennan spent a week living with John.
William Brennan? I think we know his son.
Mew. And this specific thing that he mentions in the article he wrote really just blew my mind. In the basement of...
Now I'm curious about this Brennan guy. I'm not sure, Pulper80. I haven't thought of the name Yul Brynner in so fucking long that, as far as I know, you are correct that he did the live play of Annie. I am drawing a blank on this Yul Brynner. Beth Ostrowski's dad, also a crooked dentist. It sounds like he was doing the opposite. If you're a crooked dentist, you're getting people's smiles to be imperfect, which I am a fan of, the imperfect smile. And then his daughter went on to be a model to older men.
Of the castle one day, I came across 6 plastic bins. Inside were all John's patient photos. He seemed surprised that they'd turned up, and when I asked to go through them, he refused. What would be the point?
This is like the 1 hour photo reveal. He is Robin Williams in 1 hour photo, except with teeth.
He said, if someone doesn't look good, I'll just say they didn't comply. And if they do look good, I'll just say they did. Which is just so transparent, like holy shit. And if you think all this stuff stinks, imagine...
Your kids are ugly. What, do you want me to have ugly adults running around here? Of course I deform their face.
You were a guy named Steve. Steve was injured in a motorcycle accident. Betty Jo, the girl who hit him, was ordering multiple skincare products from TikTok shop, not paying attention to the road. Steve ended up needing a major foot surgery and dealing with his damaged motorcycle, getting his big toe
you're talking about Carrie Von Erich.
Placed, and taking time off work at the bean factory began taking a huge toll on his mental health. And so when he reached out to the insurance company and he got a lowball offer, it was the last straw. He knew he needed to seek legal representation. And that's when he found a lawyer that was willing to go above and beyond for him, Mogwart.
The mogwai of the lawyer. Do not feed that lawyer after midnight. And she's actually looking attractive there in that lawyer outfit. Mustaches are allowed in this, but stay tuned for TikTok around the clock, because this week mustaches are not allowed for one of our TikTokers. Glad to see no mustaches allowed. So Pulper, doing some research into this Yul Brynner, still unsure if that was a positive or a negative to this Looksmaxxing genesis. When it came time to put together the first production of Annie, Melvin said he got a little push from the director and his longtime friend, Pam Ware, Daddy Warbucks, Oliver Warbucks.
And he had an incredibly sharp jawline, but that's besides the point. Mogwart
Oliver Warbucks, always played by Yul Brynner with that bald head. Thank you for putting in that research. We've got a few researchers here who, when we're like, what the fuck is that, will help us out.
ought to get him the verdict that he deserved. And
You would look good with a pixie cut there, Nikki. I think
Steve
you would look good with any type of cut, because I am a fan of your look.
ended up getting $5 million for his injury. I know this sounds insane, but it's actually not far-fetched. In just the last few months, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, got their clients
Dexter and Deborah, the killing team extraordinaire. Boy, that show turned into fucking garbage quick. I'm kind of curious going back and watching Dexter seasons 1, 2, and 4, which I absolutely recommend if they were always garbage. I always thought that Deborah was a shitty character. And after a little bit of a rewatch, I was like, it's the actress. The actress is a bad actress. And it's funny that her and Michael C. Hall got together because you have an immensely talented actor along married, their romantic partner could not sexually transmit that acting ability across to her.
clients verdicts such as $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, and $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer. And I know the idea of hiring a lawyer may seem daunting, but with Morgan & Morgan, their services are completely free unless you win. And the
Morgan & Morgan actually got in my head the Muppets Christmas Carol Marley and Marley song. Ooh.
best part, finding out if you have a case takes less time than making a bag of popcorn. You can even submit your case details, upload documents, sign contracts, and even get in touch with your legal team and attorney all on your phone.
Wait, are you turning this into an ad, or is this still part of the research? Because if this is an ad, nice little integration there. You fooled me, lady. Our third Mike puppy is piping up again. He is a little troublemaker. A. Smith, Dexter, the TV series, was actually in Miami the entire time. So he is going to say, so your opinion is it just sucked from the beginning, which it might. In hindsight, it really might. I might be telling a lie when I tell people to check out Dexter season 1, 2, and 4.
Phone. I mean, would you rather be in a law office filling out forms? Or would you rather be like Steve, eating chips and resting his injured foot? It's a no-brainer. And all
He should have had some steel-toed shoes, and that would have helped protect his foot. Wow, this middle section really went off somewhere I was not expecting it to. So we have Lore Continued coming up as our next segment, Looksmaxxing's influencers. And all right, let's see where you take us. You are taking us down a road I was not expecting with this video essay.
it takes is one click. You can start your claim at www.forthepeople.com/Nikki Carreon. That's right. You can check out.
Okay, so Morgan & Morgan was indeed an ad, which you did fool me on for quite a bit of that ad. Nice going, Nikki. I did not realize what you were doing there until it was far
Of
too late.
viewing. Like if there is something free that you can do that supposedly improves the way that you look, of course you're going to try to do it. I completely understand. And
Pulper80 believes this lady is the female version of Dexter. And as much as I'm liking her, there is one thing that I hope she does before she goes all Dexter Morgan on me.
Oh, I hope she'll at least sleep with him before she kills him.
That is my request, Nikki.
And also, I'm not judging you if you do it or if you don't take anything that I have to say about this seriously, but stating like facts here, there is actually no scientific evidence that mewing works, at least not on adults or teenagers. Whether or not it works on kids,
You have to start molding that face when they are very young. Do not let puberty hit before you start molding your kid's face into what it could be. And you do see that in some cultures with the people putting all those different necklaces around their neck and extending their neck, or the head binding. Foot binding is, of course, one we already mentioned.
kids is kind of like up to debate. In fact, the American Association of Orthodontists had this to say about it. Unfortunately, scientific evidence supporting mewing's jawline sculpting claims is as thin as dental floss. A complex interplay of genetics, bone growth, and muscle development influences facial structure. Simply changing tongue placement isn't enough to magically correct misaligned teeth.
But changing the tongue placement can make her night very well. And going back to Dexter, Stalio is saying season 1 was great. 2 and 4 were the other ones that I, at the time after watching, were like, this is fucking awesome. Season 3 and 5, they weren't terrible, but after that, fucking garbage. And looks like our friend DJ Electra is hoping that mewing will work, or she has been sucking on her tongue for no reason.
Reshape your jawline and prevent the need for orthodontic treatment. And before you guys jump down my neck, okay, I do know that breathing through your nose and having your mouth closed are good.
I can jump down your neck? Sounds like you're giving Heather from iDeepthroat.com a run for her money in this effort of, I'm putting as much effort into trying to calm the puppy as she is. Actually, no, that is a lot of effort that she put into that Pepe Silva board. And it's still of much better quality than, of course, it's of much better quality than Steel Toe. I don't even know why I'm making that point. That goes without saying.
Good general practice. Like, you're technically not supposed to breathe through your mouth, and breathing through your nose is literally better for your teeth, your gums. It prevents bad breath. It filters out a bit more than just breathing in through your mouth. So I'm not trying to disprove and tell everybody, hey, you should start breathing through your mouth. That's not what I'm saying. But it is interesting that so many people claim that mewing works. Yet, when I see success stories with it, practically 50% of the people practicing mewing are really, really young, and I'm talking still going through puberty young. And so their faces are gonna change whether or not they mew, whereas the other 50% are young adults who are doing the entire Looksmaxxing routine, which means they're working out, they're doing a calorie deficit, they're taking care of their skin.
Third Mike Doggy does not agree.
Improving their
Gee, this little infant's face changed over time as it was growing? Wow! Instead of mewing, Electra believes you could just chew gum for 24 hours a day to get your jaw muscles bigger. And yeah, working them out. Oh, the Robert Zadar jaw. I wonder what this Mew guy thinks of the Robert Zadar jaw, if that is the pinnacle of jaws, or if it has gone too far.
Posture, eating healthy, literally all of these things can change the way that your jaw looks, especially losing weight. So it really is impossible to know whether or not you're looking better because you're
just noticed her hand tattoo.
Mewing. I've even seen posts from people who thought that they were getting results from mewing, but when they actually did jaw measurements, nothing had changed. So I, in my opinion, think that this is a bit of a placebo effect, because after all, John Mew invented.
I would like if she would tell about the Robert Zadar and Donna Martin jaw, if that is indeed what he believes is the pinnacle, or if he's like, oh no, what have you done?
This practice for developing faces, not adults. Like, message boards found out about mewing in 2014. If mewing actually works, why are there still incels? I mean, this is supposed to fix all of your problems, right? Because if you're attractive, all of your dating qualms are magic.
Start dating married women. That's what I did when single women started rejecting me in mass. The married women are really into it.
Practically gone, right?
That
I do have a date with a married woman coming up this week. It would be nice to change that, but just steer into what's working. Whoa. This guy looks like an emaciated Sheldon Cooper and mewing. So, success, this guy is saying.
All of your dating qualms are magically gone, right?
That was the answer to all of their problems. I'm literally turning the dweeb to a Chad.
In my opinion, allegedly in Minecraft, I think that Mike Mew saw that orthodontists were not really ever going to respect this practice, and a lot of parents probably wouldn't let him practice orthotropics on them because it's not actually proven to work or be safe. And so when the older people, the incels, took interest in it, he was like, okay, it could be for adult faces too.
Oh, look at her trying to keep that monetization. Any F-bombs and S-bombs are a no-no. And I'm surprised my last episode of TikTok Around the Clock did not get demonetized for being too filthy, because I did drop a fiddle fuck right after the entrance. And let's watch that little blooper that she kept in there of knocking down her Pepe Silva board.
In it, he was like, okay, it could be for adult faces too. Circling back to TikTok,
I wish you would have stayed on that for a little bit longer. Give us a little bit more of the reaction and actually picking up. That's this corner of the internet where we would have liked that little stumbling around of more reaction and picking it up.
Faces too. Circling back to TikTok, Looksmaxxing became incredibly popular there in the end of 2020.
Open relationship, Sam Bibley. I don't actually once I was tempted to be the cheating guy, but didn't follow through on it. But that is how I roll. People know what is going on with these open relationships with these married women that I date. And as I mentioned, I've got to go to another city. My batting average fucking stinks here. My batting average in Los Angeles was good. So in a smaller type of town, developing city, it's been multiple times that it absolutely stinks in the smaller type of areas. So bigger city definitely has to be my next move. And Luigi Greenberg, don't replace Ray Pruitt yet with Robert Zadar. We've got to promote our show end of September. I'm still saying I've still got some more work to do on my YouTube memberships in order to get them up and running. But the end of the month, because there has to be another place where we can do the live reacts. I wish that I could give it all to you, YouTube, but you're making me be polyamorous here. Man, the money-making ways, the ladies just steering me into a polyamory type of way. And thank you, Pulper80, for the $10. Dillon, you are really funny and have a great voice. Not gay. Thank you. I get some yays and some nays on the voice. So some people don't like it. Some people warm up to it. Thank you for the compliment, sir, in the no homo type of way.
2023. And the rest is history. Young men are analyzing their face in a system that is very similar to PSL. They're learning that their looks are the most important thing about them, and that if they don't have certain facial features, then they're cooked. Their insecurities are being amplified by this complete lie of objective attractiveness. And that fucking sucks.
Because it is in the eye of the beholder, no matter what Mew tells you. Well, there are women who are everybody's type. You get Anita Fitmom, and she is everybody's type. I don't care who you are. If you are attracted to women, Anita Fitmom is up your alley. And going back to the dating multiple women, the dirtiness of fooling around behind someone's back does get the rod hard, Sam Bibley. And it is a moral type of situation where, like, oh wow, the sneaking around and the cheating, this is boner material. Even if she isn't good looking, helps get it going. But she flaked. So luckily, you were not committing sin. Well, she would have been the one committing sin there. You don't have a significant other. It would not be sin on your part. It would be a one-way sin.
So who on TikTok is actually benefiting from this?
I do like the VHS style of introducing the next segment. Robert Zadar movie should absolutely be on the docket. We'll see if we can find one that doesn't overlap with Red Letter Media, or they might have already covered the entire catalog of Robert Zadar. So, like the way Simpsons did it, Red Letter Media did it. I do have copious notes on how to do a unique version of Best of the Worst. Because you look at how Red Letter Media does Best of the Worst, and it's really fun. And then Cinemassacre did rental reviews, and it fucking stinks. They actually did the same movie, and I took a whole bunch of notes in one of my notebooks. Actually, it might be this one right here, of how do you take something so fun of goofing on a movie that Rich Evans and Mike Stoklasa do the exact same movie and make it just head-poundingly boring? That's the Cinemassacre secret. Taking something that should be entertaining and making it boring.
The main Looksmaxxing influencers that I came across were Aleem, of course, Dillon Lantham, Syrian Psycho, and it's
We've got a Dillon here. Let's see what this Dillon is up to. I actually stumbled upon another Dillon, who I'm actually a bit behind on the Gala sisters. They have they were big a few months back. And those Gala sisters were both dating the same young dude, a douchey Dillon, not a good-looking Dillon, such as myself. And maybe I would be better looking with a jaw. Luigi Greenberg has sent in some AI art of me with a Robert Zadar jaw here. And the second one, I'm a bigger fan of than the first one. Me with that Robert Zadar jaw, more so than the first Robert Zadar jaw. That is some good stuff.
Marcos Phillip. And what they all have in common is that they not only use incel-leaning ideology to their advantage.
So attractive people are more likely to be treated well in society, while those who aren't as attractive may be neglected.
3 signs that you have elite genetics as a guy or a girl.
Looks like Jake Hudson is doing some pheromone maxing, and we will hear from him in just a little bit. We have got another 7 minutes left of this video, and it is obviously transformative because it's taken us an hour to go 20 minutes. Just remember what transformative is, as our good buddy Electra and Hackride have to remind SiriusXM of every single week. Thank you for the $20 super chat, Electra. Spew your ropey loads on the like button. Dillon is totally worth it. Sure, let's get in that shill segment. Oh, I still didn't change the bottom there. Because that's still a joke of where you can send your monies. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Thank you for chatting. Comments after this is over helps the algorithm as well as I improve what I'm doing here. Definitely improved over the past year of fiddle fucking around on the internet. And Dillon from somewhere at Gmail, if you would like to be one of the beloved chatters that I am chatting with. Had a good time with Dirty Dalish. I do believe that we will be doing some more shows. She had an idea. I have a different idea. So maybe some on each channel with those different variety of shows. Have to get in touch with Dirty Dalish to work out the details on the regular shows that we will be doing, hopefully, in the future.
It's been confirmed that our teeth are the human equivalent of a peacock's tail. The eye area holds a pivotal place in determining facial attractiveness.
They also promote
The eye area holds down. I was about to guess that there was some eye fucking going on with someone who had lost an eyeball.
promote various products designed to fix the way people look, all while knowing the majority of their audience is very, very young. And although they are 100%
stupid, influential young people. And as I discovered on last week's Lunchbox, once you have earned my trust, I am quite susceptible to suggestion as well. As I talked of being lulled into believing in ghosts and non-monogamy by someone that I trusted. It is a bit of a wall to knock down to get me to trust, but once you do, you can really pull some wool over my eyes.
And all guilty of this, I'd like to focus on one of these people in particular because I think he specifically illustrates the point that I'm trying to get across. And it's Marcos Phillip. Let's start with this sleep tape that he promotes and makes commissions on. This is designed.
My third mic of Doggy is being quiet, which is just as concerning as him being loud.
To keep your mouth shut while you sleep so that you can maintain the mewing tongue posture and also breathe better at night. The only thing wrong with this is that it's not exactly safe for everyone.
He got a hold of the sex toy. He got a hold of the crop. That is for whacking, not for biting.
Apparently, there is a safe way to do this by putting a thin piece of tape horizontally across your lips. And you can also do 2 thin strips of tape shaped like in an X, but you're not really supposed to cover your entire mouth when you sleep. That is completely covering up your second airway. And you can literally choke and aspirate.
He didn't ruin it, but it can't go around the wrist anymore. It's got to be held. It can't go around the wrist. You little asshole. Puppies are assholes. Get older dogs.
In your sleep with this on. Not only that, but this is kind of crazy to try if you have no idea if you have sleep apnea or any other sleep conditions. It's also just kind of ridiculous.
A lot of people don't even realize they're ruining the way they look while they sleep. Don't worry, I got a solution for you. It's this little thing right here.
Call me crazy, but I don't know if we should be fear-mongering kids into worrying about themselves getting uglier while they sleep. And literally in his comment section on one of these advertisements that he's doing for the sleep tape, someone asked, what if my nose gets stuffed while using the tape? And he says, I've used it with a stuffy nose. No issues personally.
My thoughts as well. Isaac Walmart and Mark Bass were, she's a fan of horror movies. So some of the horror movies that she missed, comedic Tom Hanks was one that I was like, that's right. Younger people, because The Money Pit and Bachelor Party, The Burbs, those aren't very well known by young people. So the comedic Tom Hanks is something that people younger than 30-something may not be aware of.
Personally, like I said, if your body feels like it's in danger, it'll wake up.
Mouth taping has changed the way I sleep. I was scared.
Oh, a little duct tape across the mouth can help what you're doing there. We will have to throw that into the both good for kink and good for the looks. Be a little more of a pain in the ass with the facial hair.
I thought I wouldn't be able to breathe. Thought I would die in my sleep. The truth is, bro, if you sleep with mouth tape on and you start to suffocate, your body will wake you up.
I don't know, man. Something seems very off about telling teenagers to tape their.
And it does appear we are getting into the part of the program where I am talking around my host for the day as Luigi Greenberg. I've got to go with the number 2, me and Robert Zadar. This mashup is a little bit scary with me and Robert Zadar, Mr. Greenberg. You would think that the gun would make it more sexy, but that was not as good looking, me with the Robert Zadar jaw, as some of the others.
Their mouths shut at night. Oh, but don't worry. If you start choking, you'll wake up. Just don't worry. Like, does that not sound...
Actually, Bosom Buddies is off my radar. I never checked out Bosom Buddies, the Tom Hanks sitcom. Calm down, Mr. Doggy. You're being a pain everywhere today. That's why you were sequestered here. And thank you, Pauper80. $21 to one-up Electra. It says 20. I don't know if the extra one YouTube is allowing, because it seems on some parts they will allow those odd numbers, and other parts they won't. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Pulper with a super sticker. It is a winky face. Let's see. Thank you so much for the winky face.
Sound insane. Am I crazy? This must be the final boss battle of being super fit.
I see. Trying to do the $21 here, and the super sticker that got you up to the 21. Since YouTube was like, no, we don't do those odd numbers anymore, which was fun on Bob Levy's show for a little while. He was getting upset by the 536 and the 602 super chats.
Superficial.
Good way to fish for super chats without actually fishing for super chats. The way that we've seen some people over on TikTok get upset over the tips that you're throwing into them.
Scared.
Something else that he and the others promote is Umax, which is an app that analyzes everything wrong with your face and tells you how to fix it and gives you a...
Not like Red Letter Media, where they ask, what's wrong with your face? And offer no tips. This guy is offering tips. Tato, Electra would like to see your cute face. You little terrorist, you.
Rating. Kind of based around canthal tilts and jawlines and femininity or masculinity. It's just the PSL system. It's literally a rebrand of PSL. It's crazy. This is literally
the doggy who chewed on sex toys. We have seen little Tato here before. Rosa is the good dog. Tato, puppies are like little children, and they will chew on things, including sex toys, if you leave them out. At least it's still useful. At least you didn't get this end, you little shithead. It's just the end that made it useful to go around the wrist that you made up, you little butthole, you. He is staring at the sex toy. He really wants that back. He would like to tear it up some more. No. That was not good, Mr. Tato. And thank you, Levy Time. Oh shit, you got monetized? Good work. Thank you for the $50, Levy Time. And memberships will be coming soon. Hopefully we don't have as big a hiccup as BF Bobby Fran did, but I've got an idea for my first behind the paywall video, and I didn't get it completely set up before the show today. So hopefully I will get that set up soon. Thank all you super chatters, being especially, what's the word I'm looking for? Puppy. You're being such a pain that I can't think of the word generous right now. Thank you all for the super chats, especially Levy Time for the 50. Well, especially everybody. Levy Time has been asking to spend his money frivolously on my channel, and now it is indeed possible.
Boy equivalent to telling girls in 2012 to use the MyFitnessPal app. I'm so sorry if you understand that joke, by the way. I'm so sorry. But what really pissed me off when I was on Marco Phillips' page is this TikTok right here, where a 12-year-old is asking if he's gonna be cooked because of his height. And in response, Marcos is like, why would you care about those things? Don't worry so much. Gosh, why? None of that matters.
A lot of people are stressing about the way they look, about this little thing, height, maybe your hair or your nose shape. Bro, there's some people with no legs.
My brother in Christ, you are the problem.
Johnny Crutches has legs. You just can't use them. Don't be so mean.
You are the problem. All of you are, of course, but the hypocrisy of this was enough to drive me insane. And I actually wasn't even going to go down this specific route for the video, but just seeing your hypocrisy really just...
You went down all types of routes I was not expecting you to in this video. Doing a lot of research. You definitely get higher marks than Tara Mooney, who it's been a while that I've done an episode with Tara Mooney. I was a big fan of Tara Mooney. She has the imperfect smile. At some point, she had a Spaceballs helmet hairdo, and her thesis statement was never properly supported in her video essays.
Because you're here so stressed, so worried about these little things that don't even make a difference in anyone's eyes, to be honest.
In the words of Moist Critical, I should really spank your bottom. Like, this is not okay. I need.
Forget about him. What about me? How about me? That is a request. I have a tool in which you can spank my bottom with, and even though it's a little bit damaged, the bottom whacking part still whacks the bottom.
I need every Looksmaxxing influencer to go to jail for 1 day because they claim that they're trying to help people live their best lives, okay? It doesn't matter if you say that. It doesn't make it true. And I already know somebody's gonna try to point out to me, Nikki, you're a hypocrite. There's an ad in this video. Dude, I would never ever promote something that I thought was going to hurt people mentally. And if anybody
And that was a nice way of sneaking that ad in. You snuck that in there much better than a lot of other people whose ads are just absolutely blatant. You fooled me, and you did a little bit of cross-dressing cosplay that I liked a little bit too much.
Anybody watching this actually Looksmaxxes and hasn't already just left the shh emoji in the comments and like left by now, I hope that maybe something I say could get through to you to maybe not
Looks
worry
like
so
the
much. And perhaps
quote got some people to run off as you're trying to run off, but you've already torn up a sex toy, so no running off, you little troublemaking puppy. And thank you, Hackride, for the $20 super chat. Congratulations on monetization, you lovely weird man. And thanks for having me over there on the Hackride channel. I'm not sure if I can make it tomorrow to Lunchbox or not, so absolute maybe.
perhaps a good analogy for all of this is the fact that John Mew has been trying to get an artist to draw him his version of the perfect face for years. And every time this artist sends it to him, he wants corrections.
I sent it back to the painter. I would think.
And here's Mew, sounding drunk as fuck again. I could not get my face to be perfect, so I will just wear a mask of the perfect face once it's sent to me. A little bit too sharp on the jaw there. That is the inverse Robert Zadar jaw. That is a small jaw. Looks like it could cut a diamond, as sharp as that jaw is.
10 times.
This is what it looks like. Why would you want to follow somebody's advice that wouldn't be happy with the way you looked no matter what you did?
And I'm still not really happy with it.
And if that doesn't do it for you, here, I made you this. Okay, this is me. I
am starting to become a huge fan of the whiteboards. I love your whiteboards. So let's see. The me is our good buddy young Obi-Wan. Looksmaxxers, not okay by Nikki's standards, and yeah, he was cast to be a very handsome Anakin. Love, friendship. Well, take it away. I like your whiteboard. Explain it to us.
I am Obi-Wan Kenobi in this situation, and you, the Looksmaxxer, are Anakin Skywalker, Chancellor Palpatine, or the people that are trying to manipulate you into believing in incel ideology and hating the way that you look are down here. And you can choose to go down that route. You can choose to do that, but you're going to end up with your legs.
I saw her little kitty cat running in the background. Did you see how nice her kitty cat was being? Well, if her cat was being a dick, we just did have that jump cut there that she took out.
Chopped off in a pile of lava. But you don't have to go that route. You could listen to Obi-Wan Kenobi and have a fulfilling friendship and hopefully romantic love if that is what you want, okay? Let me be your Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I know that sounds so self-conceited because there's no way I'm as cool as this fucking guy, but I believe that I am good and I have to in order to make this content and feel good about the messages that I'm spreading. And I believe you're good too.
I will be your Padawan. If you paddle my wand isn't the name for a tuchus. I tried. I don't think that was as big of a bomb to send in Duke Phillips, though.
There's always good residing in Anakin Skywalker's heart, even if it's a little small. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, subscribe, maybe
Oh, look at us. Aren't we just two peas in a pod? You holding up that cute troublemaking kitty and me holding up the cute troublemaking puppy.
Give it a like. It is currently 4 a.m. right now. I'm finishing this video very late because when I make these, I literally will work until the last possible second on these. Like, I drive myself crazy trying to make these good. So if you have any constructive criticism or if you liked it, please let me know. Please.
Sure, I'll throw you a like on there. I enjoy your channel, Nikki Carreon. You have made a fan, and not just one who will be simping. But if you will accept the simps, I will throw it your way, as I do with Lola, who I've been missing on TikTok around the clock lately. And hopefully she will make a reappearance soon. But there is someone making a reappearance right now. We have... So I wanted to take this from the other way, from last week we saw Amanda Bynes, and Luigi Greenberg did not believe that was actually Amanda Bynes. So here we have Celebrity Lover 23 covering the degeneration of Amanda Bynes 2023. You can kind of sort of see, it looks like she wasn't fully lobotomized in 2022. Well, she does look fully lobotomized in 2021. So that was just a good picture in 2022. All right, there we are. We see a little bit of what we remember of Amanda Bynes in 2019. All right, that was the last year before she did all that stuff to her face. 2018 looking just like she did. 2017, just a little chubby, but there is nothing wrong with that. You lost that weight again. 2015, I remember her popping up in Los Angeles, being a crazy person on the street, looking like she's wearing a wig of one of her characters from the Amanda Show. So that was the 2013. Can't hear myself because Puppy just tore out my headphones, but little puppy. At least he did something funny of eating. So 2012 Amanda. This is when Amanda is looking still proper. Into her 13 through 2015 crazy lady phase. And here is the Amanda we remember. So indeed, that is the degeneration of Amanda Bynes. Her head. Oh no, wait, no, Puppy, you are unplugging more wires, you asshole. The third mic is not being a good third mic. COVID is really, it looks like she got her lobotomy in COVID season and just went downhill from there. Did our buddy Amanda Bynes. And she used to, she used to be like such an up and coming lady in comedy, and would have thought that, the crazy got her, and not in a good way. That is the bad crazy. Just a couple more minutes, Puppy. Just a couple more minutes, okay? As we revisit our buddy Fluff Dumpster, the pheromone maxer, not the looks maxer. He is looks minimizing as he pheromone maxes.
To get it cleaned out. I don't, you can flush that, you can throw it away, but it's fucking disgusting. Can you hear me? Where are you? I can't even see you. My mother. If you keep putting fucking shitty toilet paper in the goddamn washing machine, you're gonna pay for a new one.
Shitty toilet paper into the washing machine is what Mom is complaining about. So are you attempting to make the washer smell like your fecal matter to further, so that every piece of clothing that goes in there then turns into your stench.
Sorry guys, my mom's been kind of getting on to me recently. A lot of you have told me to stop wiping, because it helps with the pheromone-maxing journey.
Those are trolls who told you to stop wiping. That will help. That is not part of your sweat. That will not help out your case. Fecal matter is not part of pheromones. And here, Mom, she gives us an update herself of what is up with these shitty pieces of fecal matter ending up in the washer.
Okay, so I have to get a new washing machine now. He's been using those dude wipes, and he's been insecure about flushing them and throwing them away.
You
So
can't flush them, Mom.
He's been putting them in his pants, and then when he washes his clothes, he doesn't take them out. So now my washing machine is filled with shitty baby wipes, and I don't know.
Oh, he's got the man baby wipes that he's keeping in his pockets. He is keeping shit in his pockets. Just touching this man will get you pink eye.
Know what to do. He thinks it's fucking funny. It's not funny because I'm not made of money and I can't afford a new washing machine. So if anybody knows where I can get a cheap one, I'd really appreciate it.
I'm very sorry.
Go to the secondhand store. That's where we got our first washer and somewhere, and it was priced very well for what we would be paying for a actual washer. So that was our main segment. That was our second segment. Well, I guess the second segment had an A and a B of Amanda Bynes' crazy maxing, followed by the pheromone maxer, and now on to our lady clown of the day, which is, how would you pronounce that? Aesthel? Jinx with 3 watermelons. Both of those will get you to this lady clown. So let's hear what she is lip syncing over.
Oops, got your dick. Want it back? Too bad. It's fine.
And I have no idea exactly what is going on mentally with Fluff Dumpster, the pheromone maxer, but his mom does pop up. She is a bit of a crazy woman in herself, and his dad looks like Uncle Rico, who is huffing gas. Literally, the character Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, if he was huffing gas, is the pheromone maxer's dad. And she said, wait till your father gets home. And he was definitely no Tom Bosley. And we are, of course, moved on from that. We have a few more from the lady clown, who is putting on her makeup and lip syncing.
I need to confess something sick and twisted. I feel like you'd understand. Clowns are kind of hot.
Don't need to tell me twice. I am right there with you, as now we get some cosplay of sexy Dr. Roxo.
Okay, Dr. Roxo, I hate you, and I think you should die. You are an idiot, and I hate your voice. There's no room on this paper to properly describe how much I hate you. Go die. There, is that good?
I am a big fan of Metalocalypse. I got to see them live with Baby Metal.
Okay.
And this sexy Dr. Actually, the show I went to, there was no Dr. Roxo. I was a little bit disappointed that the Cocaine Clown didn't show up to the Baby Metal show. And here we have sexy Dr. Roxo is an incredible look. 2 thumbs up.
Dr. Roxo,
3 fingers in.
I hate you, and I think you should die. You are an idiot, and I hate your voice. There's no room on this paper to properly describe how much I hate you. Go die. There, is that good?
She does that very psychopathic smile very well. Well, that was the episode for today. I was the second mic. Nikki Carreon, my newest crush on the internet, was the first mic. I enjoy her look. I enjoy the amount of research she does. This reminds me of the Gabby Bell episode, where the host for the day really won me over, and I come off simping even more so than Nikki because I like her look. Whereas Gabby, she was an attractive lady, but doesn't have that unique look that will get me simping the way that. And some of my simps, they don't have a unique look. They're just, it seems redheads have got me most simping over on TikTok. And TikTok Around the Clock will be back this week with no mustaches allowed. The epic return of T.S. Luna. Tomorrow, Luigi Greenberg has agreed to step in for Spurg Snake on the St. Cloud Moron Show. We will goof on Aaron Imholt. I will go through all the Clipper channels tonight and pull some of the clips of what is going on in the world of Aaron Imholt. And I got another thumbnail that's a parody of a movie. Last week's did very well, the St. Cloud Moron Show. So you never know what triggers people to click on. And the thumbnail was from Multiplicity. So this week I did a thumbnail from The Fly. Maybe that will be another grabber of people because working out. I do need to change my regular thumbnail, but not changing it costs $0. So that, well, I guess changing it costs $0 for some people, but I do want to invest money into it. And now I'm doing the Aaron Imholt thing where I talk about, hey, I will improve this in the future, and who knows when it'll be. Oh boy, enjoy me until I turn fully into Aaron Imholt. So when that day comes, son of a bitch, had a fun run. But just like Shuli turning just into Stuttering John, I cannot avoid turning into what I don't like. I'm already my parents. Next, I will be Aaron Imholt. So that was all for today. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, Third Mic Puppy. You got some laughs. You got some bloopers in for the people to point and laugh at me at. But that is all for today. Thank you all for joining. Now feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time.
And Pulper80 getting me to stop the outro for the last chance for Super Chats. Thank you for the Super Chat. Thank you for the support. And I am going to restart the outro again. Thank you all. Feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day.
Places all. All join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right to your honey with the right and left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.